Ever wondered why your keyboard starts with Q, W, E, R, T, and Y instead of something logical like A, B, C? It's one of those strange things we all use every day without really questioning. Think about it. You've been typing for years, maybe even decades. But have you ever stopped to ask why the letters are arranged the way they are? Well, the story behind it is a mix of old-school mechanics, clever problem-solving, and pure historical momentum. Let's go back in time to the late 1800s, a world before smartphones, laptops, or even electricity in most homes. Typing back then meant using a mechanical typewriter, a bulky machine with long metal arms called type bars, each connected to a letter. When you pressed a key, the corresponding metal arm would swing up and stamp the inked letter onto paper. It worked, until it didn't. Here's the problem. If you typed too fast and hit two neighboring keys in quick succession, their type bars could collide and jam. Imagine typing the word "they" too quickly and getting your machine stuck because the T and H type bars tangled mid-air. It was frustrating, and it slowed people down. But not in a good way. So in 1873, a man named Christopher Latham Sholes, one of the inventors of the early typewriter, came up with a solution. He reorganized the keyboard layout to reduce the chance of jams by spacing out commonly used letter pairs. For example, letters like T and H, or E and R, which frequently appear together in English words, were placed far apart, and thus the QWERTY layout was born. It was a clever hack, meant to intentionally slow down typists just enough to prevent the machine from jamming. But here's the twist. Even after we moved past mechanical typewriters, even after we invented electric typewriters, computers, and touch screens, the QWERTY layout stuck. It became a habit we never broke. Many other layouts came later, but since QWERTY was so widely accepted, it became almost impossible to change. You see, by the time better layouts like Dvorak or Kolmak were proposed, ones that actually increased typing speed and comfort, the world had already standardized on QWERTY. Businesses, schools, and manufacturers were all teaching and using the same system. Changing it would have meant retraining millions of people and redesigning billions of keyboards. So, we just didn't. In fact, some studies suggest that the QWERTY layout is one of the most inefficient typing systems still in common use today. But here we are, still tapping away at a layout designed to solve a 19th century problem. It's a perfect example of how outdated technology can stick around, not because it's the best, but because it's what we're used to. So next time you're typing up an email or sending a text, remember, you're not just using a keyboard, you're using a 150-year-old compromise, a relic of the past that was literally designed to slow you down. Kind of ironic, isn't it? In a world obsessed with speed and efficiency, we're still using a tool that was built to do the exact opposite. If you find stories like this fascinating, forgotten facts, hidden history, and strange moments the world barely remembers, following this page might just become your favorite decision today. For more historical oddities and jaw-dropping facts, subscribe now and stay curious with us.